What is going on, guys? Welcome to War Room Fantasy. My name is Josh, and today we are going over the Monday Night Football game, as well as going through all of the waiver wire ads for Week 6. So if I just get it's up. So this was a really good game. The Ravens came away with a big comeback win over the Colts, 31-25. Lamar Jackson was pretty solid in this, 37 of 43, 442, and 4 touchdowns. Also had 14 carries for 62 on the ground. Latavius Murray had 6 carries for 17 yards. Tyson Williams 4 for 6, and Devonta Freeman 1 for 1. Receiving side of things, Mark Andrews went absolutely off in this. Had 11 of 13 for 147 yards and 2 touchdowns. Marquise Brown 9 of 10 for 125 and 2. Devin Duvernay had 4 of 4 for 45. Sammy Watkins 2 of 3 for 35. Devonta Freeman 3 of 4 for 34. Tyson Williams 2 of 2 for 15. And Latavius Murray 2 of 3 for 13 as well. On the Colts side of things, Carson Wentz had a pretty solid game as well. 25 of 35 for 402 and 2 touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor had 15 for 53 and a touchdown on the ground. Marlon Mack had 5 for 47. Naeem Hines had 4 for 18. And Carson Wentz had 2 carries for 5 yards. Receiving side of things, Jonathan Taylor had 3 catches on 4 targets for 116 yards and I believe it was a 76-yard touchdown. Michael Pittman had 6 of 7 for 89 yards and a touchdown. Paris Campbell 4 of 6 for 56. Mo Alley Cox 3 of 4 for 50. Zach Pascal 3 of 5 for 48. Marlon Mack had 1 of 2 for 7, and Naeem Hines only had the 1 target. It was a very, very solid game, this one. Moving on to the waiver wire ads for this week. My number 1 QB waiver wire ad this week is Carson Wentz. So yeah, like I said, he had 25 of 35 for 402 and 2 touchdowns. He did have a fumble, but that's not too bad. He hasn't turned the ball over as much this year, which has been solid. It's been pretty consistent, and a game against Houston coming up where he should be fairly solid. So yeah, I think he is good going forward. And yeah. My number 2 is still Taylor Heineke. He had a very, very tough game against a solid New Orleans defense. It was 20 of 41 with no touchdowns and 2 picks. It was a tough outing for Heineke here, but I think he'll bounce back against a Kansas City defense that's not very good. And moving forward through the year, I think he is very rosterable. My number 3, he's not here. We'll just do it this way. Is man here, Matt Ryan. They do have a bye this week, as why is a bit lower on my list. This week he was 33 of 45 for 2 touchdowns and 342 yards. they do get a decent matchup against Miami coming out of the bye. And he just seems to be finding his footing more and more as the weeks go on with this Atlanta offense. They seem to be turning it around a bit. They had a bit of a shaky start, but he looks pretty solid now. On the running back side of things, my number one is Darrell Williams. Clyde Edwards-Helaire sprained his MCL, so he could be out a little while. Darrell Williams came in the second half in relief for him. He had 5 carries for 27 yards. He also had 3 of 5 for 18 through the air. He may end up splitting time with Jerick McKinnon, but I think he will definitely be the lead back. He is rostered in just 20% of leagues on Sleeper. My number 2 is Devontae Booker. We're not entirely sure on a timeline for Saquon as of yet. I'll just double check that. So likely to miss 2 to 3 weeks with a low ankle sprain. So particularly for Saquon owners, Devontae Booker is a very, very good pickup. He had 16 carries for 42 yards and a touchdown, and 3 receptions on 4 targets for 16 yards and a touchdown in relief of Saquon. He looked pretty solid. And yeah, like I said, if you are a Saquon owner, Devontae Booker is a good handcuff to own for him. My number 3 is not Jerick McKinnon. Is Khalil Herbert, actually. He had 18 carries for 75 yards. The Damian Williams was the starter and did get the touchdown, but Khalil Herbert looked probably the better back in this, and he got more touches. So I think going forward, it'll be interesting to see how they continue to split time between Khalil Herbert and Damian Williams. So that's why he is my number 3. And number 4 is still Alex Collins. He is still the go-to guy with Chris Carson. Maybe out longer. We're not entirely sure as of yet. But going forward, I think Collins could, even if Carson comes back, I think Collins could continue to take touches away from him. On to wide receivers. My number 1 this week is Amon-Ra St. Brown. He has had 8 targets the last 2 games. He had 7 receptions for 65 yards in their last game. And with Quintez Cephas and Khalif Raymond both out, Cephas is expected to be out, I believe, the whole year with a broken collarbone. Amon-Ra St. Brown is a very, very good pickup. My number 2, although they have a bye week, is Marquez Callaway. He's been dropped in a lot of leagues because people are frustrated with the thing, but the Saints seem to be airing it out more and more. And Marquez Callaway figures to see a lot of work still. Even when Michael Thomas comes back, I think he will still get a lot of work. And I just think the matchups will be not easier, but like he won't be seeing a lot of the guys a lot of other teams' top corners. My number 3 is actually Tim Patrick. He is still rostered in only 43% of leagues. Like, he is still the clear number 2 in this offense behind Cortland Sutton. Yes, I know Jerry Jeudy is back soon, I believe, like about week 8. He is due to return. Hello, Sam. But Tim Patrick is still rostered in too few of leagues. I also have on this list Kadarius Toney. Now, he has popped up on the injury report with an ankle injury and might miss week 6. But that'll just be one to monitor through the week. He may play, and if he plays, he's just going to see all the work because they have no one else to throw the ball to. They have so many injuries at the moment. And at tight end, there's not a lot still out there at the tight end position. Ricky Seals-Jones is still out there, and he's going to continue to see work while Logan Thomas is out. They had a tough matchup, like I said, against the Saints. But he still had 5 catches on 8 targets for 41 yards. So he's definitely rosterable, particularly in 2 tight end leagues. My number 2 is Mo Alley-Cox. He looked pretty decent again today. He had 3 catches on 4 targets for 50 yards. Yeah, he continues to look like the tight end 1 in Indianapolis. So again, for 2 tight end leagues and stuff like that, he is definitely worth a look. And my number 3 is David Njoku. He has only really had the one big game this year. Against the Chargers, he was 7-7 for 149 and a touchdown, which is massive. But I'm not sure how much that can continue going forward, especially with a tough matchup against Arizona next week. But again, he might be worth a flyer to see if that continues. Yeah. Other than that, I might just have a look at some of my options. Now, yeah, no. Might have a look at QB here. Could pick him up. Just dropped him. Cousins is available. Cousins available. Yeah, the report I just read before said he will most likely avoid any suspension, but I mean, I think he might miss week 6 with that ankle injury anyway. Could pick Carson up. Ugh. It goes against every fiber of my being. But they play Houston. Who do I have on the bench? I have Trey Lance on the bench. Gross. Not what I wanted. Yes. There's going to be none in them. Just have to pull these up to sign in. Let me sign in. And this, I don't think I overly have anything I need to really pick up. One. Oh wait, this league I have no money to pick anyone up. I am broke. Who's available running back wise here? Damn, not a lot. Not a lot at all. It is bland. Why am I picking him up again? Oh, because Russ is out, that's why. Yuck. And I don't want to play Jacoby Brissett. Not a big score in this one. Team is lethal. I don't think there's many. Oh boy. Yeah, I think I'm not too bad. Any updates on still trending towards week 6 return? Oh, that's good. It is good. It's fine. Oh, play. Picked up some big wins this week, which was good. But I actually think most of my teams are pretty decent. The only one is maybe looking at who's available tight end wise here. Tyler Conklin, Tanyan, I'm probably going to stick there anyway. Other than that, I think we're going to leave it here. Short one tonight. But I will most likely be back Thursday night to preview the Thursday night football game. Yeah. So thanks for watching, guys.